This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 942. I am Brian Kilby. Radio Free Cybertron is the world's first and oldest toy and action figure podcast since 1999. With me this week from the year 1999 is Don Ferguson. Don, how are you doing?
Actually, I'm from the year 1970. Ooh, I came through the time tunnel. I'm doing
But in
pretty good.
Don's world, every time is 1985.
Yeah.
I was 15.
Yep. I was too. Diecast, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. A lot of good stuff.
Yep. Matt.
Hello.
Hello. John.
Yo.
Lots of G.I. Joe talking pre-show. Patreon.com/TFRadio. Chris?
Did you know I'm older than the Transformers and I've always been older than the Transformers?
You're not older than Diaclone. You're not older than Microman. You're not older.
But those weren't the Transformers.
That's true.
Because
I think he is
real-
older than the Diaclone car robots, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because only Transformers do Transformers with a robot symbol.
That's true. Rob, how are you doing?
Okay.
Well, at least nobody's having a horrible, horrible week yet.
Oh, I'm just trying not to think about it.
Yeah.
No, that was last week.
Yeah.
It's a short week, so,
Every week is as long as the prior week.
I work retail diecast. The
but
fourth does not make for a
That's
short
actually
week.
not true with times changes, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Retail. Retail is detail. Oh, sad news this week. Jim Shooter passed away. Jim, of course, was the editor at he was the editor in chief of not Defiant. He was the writer of Warriors of Plasm and Broadway Comics. Broadway Comics is one of the companies that he was involved with. He was like editor in chief there. Of course, he was also at Marvel, and he was the guy who was editor. He was editor in chief in '84, right?
Yeah.
So he was the key member of the Marvel staff working on Transformers. I believe he wrote the original treatment.
He wrote the original 6-page treatment, coming up with the origin of the living machines from another planet.
Yeah. So
Basically, he wrote the 6-page treatment that is the reason we're all here 40 some odd years later.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Shooter.
Yeah. And yeah, it was Defiant Comics. I was right. Okay. Sorry. I like Defiant Comics is one of those things that like Jim Shooter had like this storied history. Then he like went off to do his own thing. It just never worked out. But yeah.
Was Defiant Comics related to Valiant Comics anyway?
I'm pretty sure he was at Valiant.
Was he at Valiant at some point?
I think after he left Marvel.
Yeah. Well, I thought he started Defiant after. It doesn't matter. He was very important to Transformers, and thank you, Jim Shooter, for all your contributions to our lives.
Or damn you, as the case may be.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly. Okay. Takara Tomy, Synergex, Busara Prime, Macross 7 crossover. God, I hate saying all that. Stock images.
This
Why
thing
is
hurts
this-
my eyes.
Why is this not Rodimus?
Yeah,
It is Rodimus.
I thought the same
No,
thing
it's
as soon as I saw the trailer that opens up. I was like, why is this not Rodimus?
The
Yeah.
colors, the trailer, it seems like for a long part of the development of this, somebody thought it was going to be Rodimus, and then maybe Big West said, no, we want Convoy.
So we talked about this before. He comes with a guitar. He transforms into a jet and like a trailer. He has like
this
a
is
girl walk mode.
Rodimus to me. I can't.
It's 100% Rodimus.
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
also for those people that are Brave fans. This has also got a smattering of Mike Saunders the 13th in it because he had a flying platform that you opened up and became a stage with a microphone. Because Mike Saunders got his abilities from discs he put in his chest and played his guitar. This was 97. So there's some Brave in this as well. But man, just not Rodimus is just a miss, I think.
Well, I mean, it's intentional. It's not like they happened across this and it just worked out that
Yeah.
maybe it's not Rodimus after all. No, like somebody made the decision that it's not Rodimus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess since they just did that other Rodimus last year.
They did that other Optimus Prime 30 seconds ago and 45 seconds ago and 90 seconds ago and a minute and 45 seconds ago. Yeah.
I just think it's great that this isn't even our first jet with a trailer this year.
Oh crap! Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
I like this.
I'm typing something, so talk amongst yourselves.
I did not like this as like, oh, here's going to be another Optimus Prime as something, crossover. But with Rodimus, it kind of, I love the coloring. I love the base station with all the speakers and everything. And it's just very crazy and cohesive at the same time. And
I don't hate
whoever designed this definitely designed it to be Rodimus, and someone said we should make it Optimus Prime, it'll sell better.
Yeah, I or maybe like so Macross maybe Bandai? Is Bandai who owns Macross?
Well, the copyright information on this is for Big West.
Okay.
So I think they are still the rights holder to a lot of Macross.
Maybe
they license out manufacturing of toys
Gotcha,
to different companies, including Bandai.
Maybe they
If you
stipulated.
really want to,
Maybe they stipulated that it had to be Optimus Prime. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
if you want this to really stand out as a Transformers crossover, Optimus's head design is a lot more recognizable instantly than Rodimus's is.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think I'm going to buy this.
The same as they put truck chest window on the robot mode.
Yeah.
So this appears like it's going to be about 20,000 yen. That works out to $150, $160 with the current exchange rate. For my part, like I'm not a big Macross fan in the first place, so like this isn't something that was like, in my consideration. But at the same time, if I was a Macross fan and wanted to get a transforming Valkyrie toy, I don't think Takara Engineering would be my first stop for that Transformers crossover, or no, because this is definitely looking engineered the same way as any average jet fighter Transformer, which is, by comparison to the like even mid-tier like Bandai Valkyrie toys, not great. The usually like they're fiddly as hell, the Bandai ones, but the jet modes are a lot sleeker and they still, turn into recognizable robot shapes like they're supposed to. The Takara one is very more standard Transformers utilitarian kind of transformation where like you're getting all the underslung robot parts underneath that jet skin and everything.
Just like I like it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're putting a Rodimus Prime trailer on this anyway, like you're already kind of accepting some I don't want to call it a compromise because that trailer is rad as heck, but still, like you're not getting the real Macross experience with this crossover. So like it doesn't feel like if I want to dip my toes into that while staying in Transformers, this just it's not quite hitting both lanes equally, I don't think.
That's fair. So there were other Takara stock photos, including a complete Superion AMT-01EX Lost Light Rodimus and other toys that were announced recently.
They're also going to reissue the toy colors version Missing Link Convoy.
Oh, cool.
Which is at least the second and maybe third time now that they have rerun that. So, good to know that they're intending to keep that in circulation since everybody who's ever gotten one seems to adore it.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll feel the same way about Sunstreaker in the very near future here.
Very, very near future.
So, this kind of connects to something a little bit later on, but if you look in this gallery at the picture of Alpha Trion's accessories, I didn't realize this before. His Covenant of Primus book accessory that he comes with, one of the pages, the middle clear plastic panel, one side has the cassette detail molded in and the tape player buttons like the Covenant of Primus from Beast Wars.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so like super cool little detail for the original iteration of that plot device. And I'm really glad that they worked that in there, so you can have this as whichever kind of Covenant of Primus book you want, the original handwritten one or the audiobook.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, other photos we saw before, Micronus Prime, Venom, etc. So if you listen to our recent episode for all the thoughts on those, nothing new there.
That's the AMT Lost Light Rodimus looks really nice though. Those colors really land well on that.
It does. Yeah, they do.
Matt needs to get one.
He does. He really does. Okay, let's see here. Deco changes for dramatic capture Thundercracker. What?
Yeah, so it's dramatic capture, but it's not dramatic changes.
No, they changed they changed the deco on at least the tail wing, so it's not an exact copy of Starscream's.
Yeah, that's the only part that they're highlighting specifically. I guess other small changes could be possible, but it seems like they just wanted to readdress the tail wings so that they were potentially more animation accurate. Because I guess Starscream's double lines there weren't quite what Thundercracker had.
Yeah.
I don't remember that much of what Thundercracker's jet mode looked like in the cartoon.
Yeah,
if you would have asked me, I wouldn't have even thought he had tail stripes.
I do know that the revision matches the original toy because Thundercracker was the one jet I had as a kid. So
cool.
Yeah, this is a little bit more accurate to the original figure.
So it's probably just an oversight that the initial photos had the Starscream stripes on them.
Yeah, so we have more photos of Alpha Trion from Mark's Instagram, if you care.
It's a really good looking toy.
And they're great photos, nicely posed.
He always does great photos, and I don't know if he does this on work time or spare time. But
Hopefully
if
both.
if it's on spare time, you can tell he really loves it. And even if he is doing it on working time, you can tell
he really loves
it.
I love like how anytime he's got a toy where he can find some spot to open up and put a Titan Master sitting in it, he will.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I've been saying for a while now, Titan's Return was probably the best of Generations, and like for as much as he tries to get nods and references to the Titan Masters and other stuff in current product, I kind of suspect he might feel the same way about it. Like that was such a good line of toys.
Yeah, the next thing I thought we talked about last week, but it looks like it hit after. We have photos of MPG 14S God Jinrai.
Yeah. So MPG 14S God Jinrai is actually just God Bomber in the special Takara Tomy Ball packaging that has room to put the Super Jinrai masterpiece in with it. And this is the version that comes with the option parts to make the unreleased catalog photo God Bomber.
There you go, Don.
Yeah, that's why we were telling Don last year that he has to buy this version.
They made this especially for him.
Yeah.
And Tony Prado. I really like this. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, his legs are like dramatically too thin. But otherwise, like I think it looks pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, I just wished I liked the Jinrai figure better. I mean, it's like I said in our group text. This really makes Jinrai look better, but it's like, do I really want to spend that much for a robot that the inner robot just ain't hitting on much?
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
just to cover it up. I think I'm.
That's true.
I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Oh, that's great, Don. Yeah. But yeah,
it's almost as tall as Titan Junior Star Convoy too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When it's all put together.
Yeah. Missing Link Sunstreaker and Cordon, which were just released in Japan.
Yeah, they came out on Saturday.
Yeah. Can't wait to get my hands on those.
They look really good. One of the pictures in here of Sunstreaker, these are stories from a few different people, but one of them seems to have come out of the package with chips in the yellow paint. So,
no.
Yeah, be watchful of that. Because, like, in some of the close-ups, you can see that, like, the hood of the car or the feet of the robot it's painted over in yellow. Like you can kind of tell the texture difference. So that does look like it's going to be a potential hazard.
Which one did you get, Chris?
Just
Cordon?
Sunstreaker.
Just Sunstreaker. Okay. Yeah, he looks great.
If I'm going to get one of the alternate colors, I'm holding out for Spin Out.
Yeah. We also got photos of that Monster Hunter, Synergex, Optimus Prime, Rathalos Prime. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm actually really happy with how this has turned out looking in the production plastics. The colors are all very vibrant, and like it doesn't have that problem with the Corvette Optimus that Diecast was so disappointed by. Like the grays actually are showing detail pretty well, and there is actual silver paint where there needs to be silver paint on here. Like they actually did this right when it actually got to the production level.
Thank goodness.
So good.
Rob, what do you? I mean, you're the Monster Hunter player here. What do you think?
I've gushed about this thing before. I think this thing looks great, and just the fact that it comes with its robot mode is accurate to the Rathalos armor in Monster Hunter. It comes with a Rathalos charge blade weapon set, also accurate to Monster Hunter. This is like probably like the best of the Takara crossovers, just because of the attention to detail to just like every aspect of this. It's a great figure. I gotta get it.
Is the silver one supposed to be something special, or is it a?
Yeah, there is a like special silver Rathalos variant that will murder your face. It is
Nice.
very difficult to fight. So there are, I think I've said before, there are the possibility for 2 more like variants of this, because the female species is the Rathian, which comes in a green variant and gold. They're physically almost identical, so they could probably do that too if they wanted to.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I know that Rob likes the look of this. I like the look of it. Are pre-orders still up for this?
I think you can still order it on Hasbro Pulse. This actually comes out in Japan at the end of next month, so it's right around the corner. No, the end of this month, I think, actually.
Well, looks like I already pre-ordered it. So
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do a Saruga dice roll on this and hope that they have some on hand on release weekend.
Same.
Yeah.
Because there should be a free shipping promotion at that point,
Yeah.
and otherwise I'll be waiting till September or October, I think, for the Hasbro back distribution.
Yeah. Cyber World Scorponok. In-hand photos.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, it's
I
big.
hate how much I love these colors.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like G2 Scorponok.
That is.
Yeah.
It is. I don't want to buy this when it hits the States,
I'm buying it.
but it is so beautiful in its absurdity. It's oozing G2 out of every pore, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's KO Scorponok.
Yeah. I love it. It's great.
In Soviet Russia, Scorponok KOs you.
I think loosely these colors are supposed to be based on Energon, but yeah, like there's definite G2 vibes to how it actually turned out.
Yeah. We also have Devastation Sideswipe.
Okay, can you explain to me why this thing has Red Alert's head, or am I misunderstanding?
Wait, does it? I don't think it does.
Because I was looking at pictures and someone else pointed it out that this side swipe has the Red Alert head because it's the
It does.
the-
Look
Oh,
at
it
the side by
does.
the
side.
ears.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Devastation Sideswipe had the proper head, so that's
You would think, yeah.
Somebody gated off the wrong part of the mold.
Yeah, well,
Whoopsie.
Or they're using yeah.
yeah, and this is photos of 2 different walked out of the factory samples, so like this is not a one-off error like that one Starscream that had the screaming face.
That's wonderful.
This is... Well, the good news for me is that I wasn't going to buy this anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about it.
Well,
I mean, this
now-
is already one of the laziest repaints I've ever
So,
seen.
I just
I-
justified it right now, so I'm buying it.
How?
The head.
Okay.
It's crazy.
All right. I mean, I like that they went with a whiter white plastic for the interlimb pieces versus like you in the side by side it's kind of obvious that it's more off-white on the Earthrise release. But like that's not enough to make me buy this, especially with the red alert head that I hadn't even noticed before. So thanks for bringing that up.
The headlights look different too. I guess they're just painted.
They're painted different.
Yeah.
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 I don't hate the devastation. I don't like devastation much as a game, but I kind of like the motif, especially after not hating that Optimus Prime, the deluxe one. I guess I'm all in on these.
And if the head really bothers you, you probably have a Siege sideswipe somewhere that became obsolete once the Earthrise version came out.
It is actually not that easy to get the head off of that mold.
Well, damn.
Yeah. The it's a captive ball socket and the ball is in the body. So like
Yeah.
the stem is on the head. And there is no way to disassemble the torso of the toy to release it. So like it's difficult, if not
That's
impossible,
what hammers
to
are for.
do it non-destructively.
No,
Oh.
disassemble Johnny 5.
Yeah.
So next one is something I'm pretty happy about because it's third-party gold plastic syndrome. I guess not, but it's,
I hope not.
Yeah. Fans Hobby TFCon exclusive Hangman, which is Snare, and of course Snare is susceptible to GPS, the G1 toy. So it's always nice to see a Euro Transformer out there. So I like it. I think it looks good.
Yeah, I thought they would actually have more pictures of it in here. There are additional pictures out there. I should have looked closer at this when I linked it. But yeah, like the jet mode looks really good. The shade of red that they used could be slightly more like eye-searing fluorescent, but like I'll forgive that because like
it looks good.
Yeah, no, it looks really nice. I wish I could go all in on the Fans Hobby masterpiece of like Predator jets. Like Fans Hobby stuff I know pretty universally is really nice, and like I've loved all of the Euro G1 stuff that they have come out with so far.
Or you
just
know,
to look at.
alternately, Hasbro could just make some of these characters for us.
This is true. This is true.
I mean, at this point, I've just given up all hope.
So in the What We Got This Week segment last week, I had mentioned for the Patreon exclusive portion, I had mentioned that I got the Fans Hobby Sky Eagle, or no, Air Eagle, which is their version of the Skyhawk. And it's my first Fans Hobby item. Again, I don't do really third party for Transformers unless there's something unique or funny about it. And man, the build quality is excellent. Like it is top tier. So I can only imagine how good the Transformers stuff is. I know Diecast has raved about it in the past. Okay. I'm going to read this again as Chris wrote it.
Thank you.
Did you ever want a life-size metal sculpture of a Decepticon cassette in cassette mode? Me either, but I guess you can get one anyway for $35. I don't hate it.
It looks really good. I actually don't hate it either. But I do hate the shipping price because I just went to pre-order and it wants $21 for shipping.
Oh, wait. This says life size, so it's the size of a micro cassette.
No, this is actually the size of a cassette tape because everybody misunderstands that Soundwave is a microcassette recorder.
I was thinking this was the size of like a bird. And that's what I thought. Like it would be like a lunch tray, which sounded amazing to me. But like the size of a cassette, it's called an ingot. I love that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's just a big slug of metal sculpted in relief to look like one of the Condor cassettes and painted like buzzsaw.
It's not even silver. If this was silver, I'd buy it.
No, it's probably just zinc or something.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $21 for shipping on a
It's probably pretty heavy, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, no.
Limited to 5,000.
No, because I know for the size of it, it does not cost $21 to ship it.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's a cassette. You could ship it media mail.
Ha!
That's funny. That's funny. Okay. So after last week's like marathon episode of RFC when somebody in the Discord was like, I can't believe they're still talking about the news 45 minutes in.
I couldn't either,
Yeah,
to be honest.
We're done with the news. We're done with the news. So we're going to
26 minutes in.
26 minutes in. So life has found a way. Things are turning back to normal, et cetera, et cetera. Let's jump to what we got this week. The on-topic Transformers portion, of course. Anybody want to go first?
I'll
No.
go first.
Okay, Diecast, go.
I got where is he? Oh, I lost him. I got the pre-tool for Alpha Bravo. I got Vortex.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
he is a really nice figure. I really hope they do. I'm joking, but I really hope they do an Alpha Bravo
Yeah.
out of that, even if it's like, you know, an exclusive somewhere, online exclusive
I
or
would
something.
buy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon. I do
Yeah.
Now,
think
see, I got mine from
trolling us.
Amazon. I got mine from Amazon too, and it's still saying it's going to be like 2 weeks before I get mine. So
It's starting to show up in Walmarts now, too.
Yes, along with Optimus Prime and
Crasher.
Crasher. I do think they're trolling us too by showing us a plane as Blastoff. I don't think Blastoff's going to be a plane. I don't think they're going to do that this time. I think they're really trolling us. I hope I'm right.
Maybe they're just plain crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, great, Don.
Thanks, Don. The other thing I got is the Devastator Commander set, which is basically Long Haul and Hook. Chris talked about it in length on last week's show.
I talk about everything in length, though.
Yeah, but you talked about the basically the leg or the thighs, you
Mhm.
know, being this annoying piece of extra equipment that has to be towed by Long Haul. When I took it out of the box, I was like, oh, it's not just legs that he's towing around, because they made all these panels to make it like a real block. So like it could be like, you know how a lot of tow behind generator or something like that. That's what I was picturing in my head. It was kind of like a tow behind generator. So I didn't hate it as much till I combined it into Devastator mode, because all those panels that hide the legs go in the back, and I think that takes up a lot of the real estate of where the legs for Long Haul could have gone, to kind of make him a little bit more slender. So there's definitely a trade-off, and like I said, I definitely hate it more now that I combined it, because there were some sacrifices made, and unfortunately for this set, the sacrifices were made to Devastator, which I would have really wanted a good Devastator first above all else. And I feel like they compromised to make the Commander set a little bit better. And by doing that, they diminished Devastator. So
Do you remember when Masterpiece Ultra Magnus came out and the whole discourse was the giant butt flap?
yes.
Well, this is the next generation of that.
Well, yeah, it's, you know, I wouldn't hate it if the legs of Long Haul didn't stick out so much.
Yeah, if they
And-
could go somewhere else.
Yeah, and they would go perfectly where those panels are that had to be there for the Commander set and for that tow behind mode that, you know, was basically, what do we do with this stuff? I think they should have found a better thing to do with this stuff, because the compromise in Devastator mode was too great. The other thing I don't like is how Hook's crane only goes out about like an inch, and that's it. Like there's this
That's an
whole
improvement over
long-
the Combiner Wars.
Oh
one.
god,
Green.
it fell
Yeah.
off. It popped off entirely.
and then it only goes off like, it only goes out like your fingertip. But Devastator is very solid in this mode. Like I dropped him and he's perfectly fine. So that is good. The chest wing is way too low. I'm sure that's going to be fixed in an upgrade kit. I
Now,
think that
saying
that
way
might
too low, like it needs to move up at most a half an inch. Probably a quarter would do it. Like it's survivable the way it is, but it would also be really easy to make a low profile adapter to just offset it up a tiny bit and cover up some more of the hook chest on there.
right. And I feel like that was also because this piece has to plug into that whole square toe behind generator thing that in my mind that's what it is. So that was also a compromise that came where the Devastator mode lost out on that. um but he is awful solid. Like there's it's a solid piece.
Yeah, Diecast just dropped it on the floor and it didn't come apart. Like
Yeah.
it's remarkable.
Other than that, I like it. It's certainly not the perfect Devastator.
Dished on it for 5 minutes. I like it.
So, in pre-show, Matt made the point, I think you were talking about from the stream where they showed the completely assembled Devastator. You thought the leg proportions didn't look as bad as it originally seemed.
Yeah.
Like that's something I forgot to touch on too, last week when I was talking about this. When I assembled it and had my, one leg, one arm Devastator, like like the hip joints are great where it can stand just on one leg perfectly fine. Like it will balance and hold that pose. But it's a lot like Studio Series Ultra Magnus, where in person, yeah, the proportion weirdness is not as apparent or in your face as some of those pictures made it out to be. I don't know if that's like photography angles or something that are emphasizing it in the wrong ways, but like in person, it actually does kind of fill its space more like how it should.
Yeah, I meant to mention that when we were talking about their live stream from last week, that Devastator, the sample that they had fully assembled looks better than the pictures that we saw.
Yeah, definitely.
What else, Diecast?
And the other thing I got was Silverbolt when I first got this, I took it out and I was like, this thing's ridiculous. Like, it's just like, it's so different than what I'm used to for Superion. But the more I combined it and the more I looked at it, I was like, this is like turning Silverbolt into a shuttle for all the Autobots. Like, it makes sense in my head that way, and I really like it for that. Like, I wish there was media to go along with this because they could totally use this as a shuttle and just all the Autobots just jump in.
If
And
only
it's
he
sort of
wasn't
like-
canonically afraid of heights.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
sort of like it's like a scramjet or a booster to go into space or something.
Yeah, so originally I was like, man, this thing is not
It's
like
a trailer.
it's just an extra piece, but no, I like this. I think they did a great job on this. I like the creativity of it, and it doesn't hurt the combined mode at all. It adds to Silverbolt perfectly and makes him a completely new thing. So I like it. The last thing I got is the biggest, and that's Star Convoy.
Oh, do you like it?
I do like it. I think he's a decent toy. Sean's wrong. The chest windows definitely need to be fixed because they were gapped at the top. So I fixed those.
It's an easy fix, yeah.
It's an easy fix. It's 3 screws. But it's actually a little tight getting it. Once you get those top ones in first, where it's actually gapped at, then you got to pop the other ones in where the screws go. So Sean's wrong. The other thing I hate about this is the head has dead eyes because they
It's light
only
piping.
have 2 little tiny spots for light piping. We should not be doing light piping in 2025. Paint
Well,
the
we
eyes.
shouldn't be doing light piping badly in 2025.
Agreed.
Yeah, this is done very badly. Like shining a flashlight in it, it was still having a hard time lighting up. So it's this big, beautiful figure that looks like he's dead.
Which light piping on Optimus Prime should be incredibly easy because he has blue head and blue eyes.
The
So
problem is that typically getting light to transmit through a translucent blue plastic that is tinted enough to look blue when it's illuminated kind of kills its ability to transmit light. You've almost got to catch 22 with that. There is a balance point where it can work, but the blue is going to look a lot more pale then. And if that's not what you're wanting to go for, like on Optimus Primes, I feel like you either need to light pipe it and go with yellow eye Optimus Prime, because yellow is great for light piping.
Yes.
Or if you're insisting on blue eye Optimus Prime, paint it.
Yeah, please
Or-
just paint it.
Or if you've got vac metal as an option, vac metal the eye surfaces on an insert piece. Like again, I talk about this every once in a while when we talk about like Fire Convoy. That's one of my favorite little tiny deco features of Fire Convoy, God Magnus, and Gigatron. They all had the chromed eye pieces, and it's very striking. It looks so good. I wish we could have that more. On the other hand, I'm glad we don't have chrome as a more regular thing anymore. They tried that in 2014 and we said no and they stopped. So,
Yeah.
I'll take the victory I can.
Yeah. Also, if Amazon right now has Star Convoy in stock at tfradio.net/Star Convoy. If you want to get it, one word, tfradio.net/Star Convoy.
That's where I got mine from. He's a great toy. I just like the huge eyes that have no light at all coming through them. I mean, third party was doing it all the time where they were doing the light up head feature, but then they look dead when you don't have lights on. Usually on your shelf do not have lights on all the time. So they started painting the eyes to where the paint was actually translucent. So if you did turn the light on, his eyes would still light up. So it was the best of both worlds. I think that's what Hasbro needs to do, is at least paint the eyes or vac metal the eyes or what everyone else said. Just stop with the light piping that doesn't work.
Yeah.
I did find Vortex. He is a really nice figure. The only thing I don't like about it is the inside of the legs, how they have, a lot of empty space.
Like, that looks very Aerial Bot, actually.
Yeah, there should be a panel there. But other than that, he's pretty perfect. Even the panels on his arms slide up and get out of the way and don't bother me at all. Like when you get him, you're like, oh my God, those arms look terrible, but you just got to slide the panels up and it's fine.
That's good.
Yeah. And I think that, oh no, I did get something else. I think that's all I got on topic.
Okay, cool. Matt, did you get anything?
Nothing on topic this week, but I'll probably have Silverbolt like tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Don?
Yeah, two things. Off of Transformer Land's eBay site, I got a replacement air razor because my wing completely cracked along the hinge.
I was afraid of that in the long term.
Yeah, so
he's holding up. For the podcast audience, he's holding up Kingdom Eraser.
Kingdom Eraser. Yeah. So I got $18 with free shipping.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I really like the way this figure looks in robot mode, and there's no way to fix that wing. It broke around the hinge, so there's no way to do anything with that. So I got a replacement of her.
Given
And
that there's shared engineering there, I hope Rathalos Prime doesn't have that problem.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was a brown plastic issue, if it was just
it might have just been like a misfired pin.
Yeah, it could have been that. And also, I got Silverbolt the other day. Have not had a chance to open them. Looking forward to getting him with the aerial bots, but that's all I've got on topic this week.
John?
Only thing I got that hasn't been mentioned before is I got in my Missing Link Sunstreaker and Cordon.
Sweet. Amazon Japan. Yay.
Nice. Amazon Japan coming through. And I actually didn't realize that they came with the Dieclone drivers.
Yes.
I missed that?
Yes.
Yeah. How about that? How about that? So so that was a nice bonus. Nice surprise. I also forgot that Missing Link comes in styrofoam.
It's beautiful.
Foam. So that's also fun. These guys are tiny. What can I say? I forget how microscopic G1 toys are. Same impression I had with Optimus Prime and the mini cars for Missing Link. So it's just it's a shock as always anytime you see a G1 toy. Have not had time to open them yet. Really looking forward to them. There was a hot minute when they were on their way that I thought, you know what, I don't know if I'm going to stick with Missing Link. Maybe I should just sell these or keep these boxed in case a trade comes up or something like that. But no, I'm going to keep them. They are they are magical. They are super cool. And I was mentally weak, so I rescinded my plan, and now it's Plan B, which is to keep them and gleefully open them in the next couple days. Outside of that, like I said, I got everything that or most of the things that have already been mentioned. I will say once again, having Vortex is super weird because Hasbro has barely acknowledged Bruticus at all or Compticons at all officially. So it is really weird to get this first component for Bruticus, and he's just out there like on his lonesome. So, but I do like him. The only thing I will say that's weird about him is you can disengage some of his helicopter kibble from his robot forearms, and in theory, it kind of separates the kibble and gives the robot arms a little bit more room to just be free floating arms and not have this giant amount of helicopter tail attached to the forearms. So those kind of swing away from the forearms. The problem is that they don't lock in place really at all. So they're just kind of they go from being kibble that's tightly attached to the forearms, which isn't ideal, but it's what most Transformers have had through the years, to just being kind of like flippy floppy kibble that is separated from the robot arm. So the robot arm does look a little bit cleaner, but you do have this kind of free floating kibble. Kind of weird. Kind of wish that it more definitively like locked in place in a place away from the forearms. That's fine, but as of now, it's kind of a weird thing. It does. I don't know. I think it nets out to be about the same as just having it non-removable and stuck to the forearm. So just a little quirk there. Otherwise, he's great. Head sculpt is awesome. He feels a little on the small side, but when you put him next to an aerial bot, they're exactly the same. So yeah, I'm excited to get another Bruticus because I was looking at Combiner Wars Bruticus the other day. Has not aged terribly well. Some of the combiners have aged better than others. He looks a little rough to my eye. So I don't mind them having another go at Bruticus pretty relatively soon, in the first like 3 or so combiners in this new era. So I welcome that as well. That's all I got on topic.
Cool. Rob?
Just one thing that's on topic by virtue of being a birthday gift. Blade Raider from our Discord, tfradio.net Discord, got me the first season of Batman Brave and the Bold on Blu-ray off of my Amazon wish list, tfradio.net/playlist.
Such a great series.
Yeah,
it is. Like
it is.
I never would have pegged Diedrich Bader as being such a great Batman, but holy crap.
He's great.
Yeah.
But
yeah, wait till you get the episode of Space Ghost.
Yeah, and I want to get the other 2 seasons because I never expected anybody to animate Batboy and Ruben from Mad Comics, so I kind of have to have that. So, but yeah, thank you, Blade. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing this again after so long, and that's the only thing I've got.
Cool. Chris, you get anything?
Just a slow postal service. My thing for this week will be here tomorrow, probably.
Cool. Well, I didn't get anything this week.
No?
Okay, maybe I got
Why do I not believe you?
Maybe I got a couple things.
He's a little shifty.
I'm a little shifty. So I got some blockies. I decided with all the crazy tariff situation that I'm going to get them in case they stop making them and can't sell them anymore. So I got 6 boxes. I got 3 boxes of the Defender sets So the smaller ones, 1, 2, and 3. And I got 3 boxes of the Galaxy version. I'm actually still one short on the Galaxy version, and you need to go back and order that. I had accidentally ordered a box of 1 instead of the set, so I got those. When I have an office, I have my friend Mark. He does like grading and such on the side, so he's actually flattening in my backyard and leveling it out. So
Right now?
Well, not right now, but
Oh.
he's going through that process right now. So here in a week or 2, I should have a nice level backyard, and I can actually get a building and start doing an office and have a display. So I got that. I kind of forgot to cancel a couple pre-orders.
Ooh.
Here we go.
And I don't normally go into this, but like I've got too many things this week, so I'm gonna just indulge. I accidentally ordered a second Synergex Godzilla Megatron. So this one's staying in box. And maybe it'll like increase in demand and like it'll be worth $1 million, and probably not. Something else I forgot to cancel. I don't really know why I got it, but it's the Studio Series Jazz. Yeah, I forgot to cancel the pre-order.
It's the same as the other Jazz.
I don't
Yeah,
understand
already,
why you
right?
pre-ordered it in the first place.
I couldn't remember. I'm like, is it the same or not? And
But yes, to answer Diecast's question, it is the same as the original one. It's not even the opaque colors of the 5-pack. It's just the same Jazz again that came out in literally the first wave of Studio Series 86.
yeah.
3 years ago.
So most of the stuff that I got, I haven't opened, so I can't go into thoughts on it. Actually, none of anything I got, I've opened, so I can't go again into any thoughts whatsoever. But I got the Hearts of Steel, Optimus Prime, and Starscream set. I will eventually get this opened once I have placed to display toys. I just don't have that now. Right now, if you look over here to my people watching live, I picked up the wrong camera. People watching live at tfradio.net/live. I'm going to give you like a little peek at all the like boxes and crap that I have stacked up in my office, which is eventually going to be a spare bedroom that Diecast can sleep in.
Yes.
When Kim, his wife Kim, not my wife Kim, kicks him out of the home. And he has to
Well, I mean,
live with
first
me.
it'll be his Kim that kicks him out, then it'll be your Kim that kicks him out.
That's true. That's true. So I got Silverbolt. So for new Transformers, it's been an expensive couple of weeks because of Silverbolt, Star Convoy, and the Constructicons Commander set coming. So Long Haul and Hook. Again, haven't opened them. I will eventually. I realize I've never even assembled my Minosaur set from a couple years ago.
I've never put Minosaur together either.
Yeah.
And I actually open my toys most of the time.
I mean, it's a really incredibly sturdy combiner.
I know, but when they gave us White Rider instead of actual Breakdown, it just like 100% killed my interest in actually getting to Minosaur ever.
Yeah, so there were 2 references. One, I kind of made an allusion to this earlier in the episode, but Don also mentioned that he's a Toys R Us kid, and I just thought that was interesting. I got I think this is the second one they did, the lunch tray, metal tray, Transformers
Oh yeah.
branded set, or branded
Nice.
licensed toy. This is the one that has Metroplex on it. And it's sealed in the baggie from when it was sold at Toys R Us. And amazingly on this, retail was $12.97. No. $2.97. That makes more sense.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's all metal and it's large. So yeah, $2.97 for this originally seems like a great price to me. Let's see here. What else did I get? So a friend of mine, I'll mention this. So, friend of mine is a toy dealer. She and her husband, they're friends of mine, and I got something from them, which I'll go into in the off-topic portion of what we got this week for patrons.
tfradio.net/Patreon.
tfradio.net/Patreon. But like whenever they get Transformer stuff in, if it's like sealed or G1, Beast Wars, Armada, like not anything that's like pre-generations, they'll ask me if I'm interested in it, and the answer is usually yes, depending on the price. And I'm still in the mode where I'm rebuying things that are in better condition than what I have. And the box on this isn't great, but I did order a repro bubble for it, which I'm getting into now because they work so well and they look so nice. But it is a mitten box, no bubble, mitten box Retgar with all the paperwork and everything. The box is a little beat up, but it looks nice enough. I love Retgar, of course. As far as like the movie cast goes, I think I have every movie cast member. I think I have one in the box for every single movie cast now, I think. So I can't think of anything I don't.
Are you going to get a Missing Link RC to keep in the box to go with them?
Exactly right. I do not have a Scourge mitten box. I need to fix that. But they also had the Broadside Fetch and Scator Armada Minicon set.
Oh,
So-
the recolor military
Recolor.
team.
Yeah. It's the Recolor. It's from the Unicron Battles subline that came out, like the second year, whatever it was called.
Mhm.
So I got that. Something else I got. I already have it, but like again, I think this was in better shape than the one that I had. And it's the tag, the price tag on it is from Key B. Yeah, it is a mint on sealed card. Beast Wars Silverbolt.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Love it.
love it.
Love to see it.
Oh, let's see here. What else did I get? I got a couple other things. I was having a conversation with somebody recently about it was again at the toy convention. So I'll go into the toy convention a little bit more. About how, like, again, I talk about my collecting habits with, again, my dealer friends because they're on the lookout for me. And I'm like, I really do want to have like a complete mint on sealed card, mitten box, G2 set. So I was thinking about that. So I picked up a couple of things that I needed for that. And I got, this was not at the convention. I ordered it from eBay. I got it on eBay, but I got a mint on sealed card, G2 Air Raid.
Ooh.
Yeah, mint on sealed card, G2 Skydive. And a mint on sealed card, G2 Slingshot. So one that is not gold plastic. Yeah. So not one.
Well, it is gold plastic.
But
It's not destroyed.
It's not destroyed gold plastic like my loose one. So,
And then tragically, an earthquake will strike, and the vibrations will just cause it to crumble into dust.
yeah. Also at the convention, I got, so I go to, like, it was a local toy show. I never expect to find anything that I don't have at a local toy show. They had packed the Retgar. Actually, I have these toys, but like these are better specimens than what I had. But you go to a local toy show and you want to go and see stuff. You, like, again, never do you expect to actually get anything that you don't have. So one thing that I got at the toy show was this really cool Transformers hat. It's a trucker's hat, and it's got an Autobot symbol on it, and it's not licensed. I told Kim, I don't think this is licensed. But yeah, I really like it. It was given to me by a dealer who was a friend of my friend's, and he gave it to me because I bought from him a mint on sealed card, purple G2C spray.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So they were on the lookout for the like, again, they asked me, hey, is there anything you're looking for Transformers? And I just said, like, the stuff off the top of my head that, like, I think, like, I like, well, I'd love to have a purple G2C spray, never thinking they would actually find it. They messaged me the night before the convention. Is like, well, I think we found you a purple G2C spray. They sent me the picture, and it sure looked like the standard G2C spray. And I went to look at the table. When I got to the convention, I went anyway because I was meeting up with my friends there. And when I went by the booth, I saw a regular G2C spray just setting out where anybody could pick it up and look at it. I looked at it, and I decided. I went to my friends. I'm like, "Yep, nope, they don't have it. It's the standard one." So I went back to that table, just looking at their stuff because they had other Transformers, and they had G2C spray, a carded G1C spray, then something behind the carded G1C spray, and I moved the carded G1C spray, and lo and behold, it was the purple variant of G2C spray, and I about lost it. So, yeah, for buying that, he gave me the hat, and he actually gave my friend a hat as well for
Mhm.
a referral bonus, I guess. It seems like he made a tidy profit. on it.
Yeah. Brian, that wasn't the one you're saying that was from
Yeah, Don. It's the same one I mentioned in the text. Yeah. So,
okay.
So I got that. So that is what I. Oh no, two more things. Nothing crazy. Oh, I mentioned on Blue Sky earlier this week that I love my autocorrect because it knows all the words that I use, and one of them was Beastformers. And if I'm going to complete Transformers, if I'm going to complete them, and if I want to get serious about it, I really need all the Beastformers, the Battle Beast stuff. So I have some Battle Beasts from when I was a kid, but I don't have anything beyond that. So I did get the Red Phoenix playset. So it's from Japan. So this was released as part of Beastformers and also Battle Beast a year later. So this is, I don't know a whole lot about Planet Beast, or I don't know a lot about the fiction behind Battle Beast, the non-transforming version, but it's the fire-based playset. So it transforms to a red falcon, and it's cool looking, and it's in the box. So I think that I got that. And also last thing I got was a sealed G1 Stalker.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
I bought too many things this week.
You sure did.
I didn't buy this week. I bought this like 2 months ago, and it took that long for it to ship from Europe. So
Oh.
yeah. So so I have a Mitten box, Thunderclash. I have a Mitten box, Skyquake, Mitten sealed box, Rotor Storm. I mean, I have quite a few, like a carded Snare and some other carded stuff from G1. I really wanted a sealed Stalker. So I was biding my time. I found one on eBay that was like twice as much as this, like 3 or 4 months ago, and I skipped it because I didn't want to spend that much. And this one popped up, and it was like half the price, and I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that. So I think I got a pretty good deal on it. So pretty happy with that. That's what I got this week that's on topic. Let's jump to our off-topic portion of what we got this week, which is exclusive to patrons at patreon.com/tfradio. Diecast, what did you get?
I got that G.I. Joe classified figure that John got last week, with the really strange face that comes
the
on.
Frag Viper.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thought. It's like he looks kind of in dire need of some sunshine and a decent meal.
Yeah, the Joe figures are just kind of trickling in recently. I seem to get like one a week. It's been really strange, but yeah, I got that Joe figure, and I think that's pretty much all I got. Oh, I did get the 86 Galvatron that Chris got, because I was like, when he mentioned it, I was like, yeah, I need to pick that up before it dries up, and I can't get one. So I did. That finally came in, so I got that also.
Did you like it? Did you open it?
Oh yeah. I didn't open it because it's still the one with no window and you can see right through.
Okay.
Pretty easy.
Okay.
And the color's great. So
Yeah.
the
It's
other
pretty.
thing I got is the blockies. I forgot to mention the blockies that I got, which was the Transformers One Wave. And I found a box sitting at Walmart that looked like no one had touched. So I was like, oh, I should be able to get every character. They were actually wrapped. The newer ones are actually coming wrapped to Walmart, so people can't just rip open the box. They would have to rip off the wrapping now as well. But I was hoping when I got home, I was like, I hope no one just put random boxes in this one, and I hope it is a complete untouched box. And luckily it was, and I even got the Chase Optimus Prime, which was pretty cool.
Very cool. Hey, don't buy any more blockies until you get that package from me, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Matt, did you get anything?
Yes. So I got another Shokugan modeling project kit. I got Magic King this time.
Ooh,
Nice.
Easily one of my 2 favorite mecha Sentai Mecha designs ever. Just absolutely gorgeous.
That is so cool.
Humongous wingspan that is quite expandable.
Ooh.
These things are absolutely gorgeous in every mode, like the individual mechs, and it of course has the dragon mode as well, the in between. They did have to tweak the proportions of the individual mechs, like just to get the proportions on the combined mode right. Like red is very, very small now, the Magic Phoenix. So the conundrum I had with this is, since I love the mech, I love the dragon, is which mode do you put it in? So of course, what you do, you buy a second one. So I will have one of each. Like I said, I don't need a third one. I can pass on the individual modes because they did screw up those, and they have more sets to do. I've already got Wolkaiser pre-ordered, and Saint Kaiser is up for pre-order now.
It's kind of like what they did for that Predaking, is the Synergex Predaking, is they tweaked the individual Predacons to make sure the combined mode was better.
Yes, but I was, like I said, this and Dai Reno are my two absolute favorite all-time Sentai Mecha designs, and now I have them both in the excellent SMP style, and I am super happy to have it now. So
Could you ever have the original Megazord toy version of Magic King?
I did not know.
You should
I
look
did.
into that at some point, because like it's everything that's good about that in all the different things it can do with that like solid chunky Bandai Megazord like clicky plastic feel thing. Like it's one of my favorite deluxe Megazord toys that I have owned. And like it's totally worth a purchase because it has every bit the shelf presence as that does, but like, that much more because it's this huge thing. It probably like just keep an eye out if you ever run across a deal for that complete, like it's definitely worth picking up.
Yeah, I have very few of the old deluxe toys.
Mhm.
So this is definitely my preferred scale, but
Fair enough.
I'm not saying never, because it is a gorgeous design.
Yeah.
And like shrinking down Magic Phoenix really, it affects the future coming sets, like because Wolkaiser and Saint Kaiser have the Centaur modes,
Mhm.
and I don't know if Chris, if you've seen any of the pictures of those, but
I know Wolkaiser's Centaur mode looks a little bit
hilarious.
Walkie
Yeah.
donkey.
Yeah, yes, it's
those are
a
definitely words, yeah.
really small torso, arms, and head on a gigantic, horse body. So,
I mean,
So-
if the trade-off for that is to have the actual Wolkaiser form that can be posable and everything, like that's probably worth it because the Centaur
That-
mode's like the least important part of that.
yeah, that's absolutely what they did. And the Saint Kaiser comes with Wolkaiser Fire,
Mhm.
so or Wolzord Fire.
Yeah.
So that's of course $10 more expensive than the other one,
Oh, naturally.
because of course it is.
Yeah.
But that's it for me this week.
Cool. Donald?
Yeah, first off, I want to say thank you to whoever sent me. It was apparently it was a late birthday gift. There was no note in there. It was, you know how McFarlane does the Batman 66 line of 6-inch figures? Someone sent me the Wonder Woman of what she would look like in that kind of motif.
That was
there
me.
Thank you, Rob, very much. I appreciate it. Again, there was no note included. I took it
Oh.
downstairs by mistake with the box I took
I
down.
think Don just throws the notes away. I think it's-
Sometimes Amazon throws the notes away. I've had this happen to me too. But
Yeah.
happy late
So-
birthday, Don.
So I never saw that one locally, so I really do appreciate that. Thank you very
That's
much.
cool. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, it fits in with that line on how it would look if Wonder Woman had been part of that show.
There's more skin, I think, than that would have made the show, but yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. But as far as that,
the skirt was a lot longer though.
yeah. Everything else is Joe related. I got Footloose and Fancy Free, so got Footloose. And we love our Patreons. We love Manicera, but I did get Super 7 Stalker because it was a really, really good deal. About half of where everywhere else was selling him. He's also, so I got, plus he's got the jetpack, so.
What did Manicera do?
He was saying that I'd give Super 7 too much money. And I was telling him
you do.
That's right. Brian got the better Stalker this week.
Yeah,
Yes,
he did. He obviously did, yes. But I also told him that I have only paid regular retail for maybe half a dozen total Super 7. Everything else I've gotten has been on extreme discount. So there's that. And like Brian, I got Air Tiger. I have not had a chance to open him. He came yesterday. But I've got Air Tiger from Fans Hobby.
But Don, what I got was Air Eagle.
Oh, you got Air Eagle. Oh, you didn't get Air Tiger?
No comment.
Okay. Well, I got Air Tiger, which is the Tiger Force version of the Air Eagle. And as we all know, Tiger Stripes make everything more camouflaged, at least in terms of Tiger
The sky,
Force.
anyway. It does.
Yes, because it just blends in with all those orange, black striped clouds that tend to be there. So, looking forward to opening that up.
That explains G2 Hooligans deco. Now that you mention it,
hey,
you're right.
There's a thing, and I like the fact that it's only one of 400, and I was able to get one, and I had some Chosen Prime reward points that have been sitting in my account for 3 years, which negated most of the shipping. So that was nice. So, but that's all that I got off topic this week.
Cool. John?
Nothing for me.
Rob?
Rob. Just one thing. I randomly off of Amazon, tfradio.net/Amazon. I got a generic Joy Toy 1/18 scale figure. I just kind of like the look of it. It's basically like an armored mercenary looking guy with a red lens gas mask and a duster. Good generic troop builder for things in that scale. Comes with its own Joy Toy branded pack of silica gel and smells like a new tire. So worthwhile purchase. Beyond that, just as a random update, I did finally build the Red Gundam from G-Quux. It's a nice kit. The stickers are tiny. It comes with duplicates of almost all of them because you will lose them. All the little yellows, all the little black stripes on the arms and the yellow stripes on the legs are stickers. I skipped the running lights because they were tiny. But I like the kit. It's really nice, but oh man, the stickers in this line have been terrible, and I'm gonna get the new GAN, and all that gold filigree is gonna be stickers. It's gonna be horrible. I love it.
Is that sort of like in terms of Transformers putting all those stickers on Dive Bomb from the Predaking Titan, all those individual gold stickers?
Probably. I don't think I ever put those on mine. So, just imagine a bunch of tiny little detail stickers the size of a particularly unambitious piece of dirt. They're just really, really small. And that's it for this week.
Chris?
Oh heck no.
Okay. So I shipped my pile of loot. I got some Masters of the Universe Origin stuff and probably a couple of Joes. I have no idea, to be honest, because stuff like that just goes in a box until I have space to display things. So I got a couple weeks ago, last week, I'd mentioned I got the Air Eagle, and I was showing it off, and John was like, you can assemble that to look like the Skyhawk. And I'm like, I honestly didn't realize that. It actually required me to disassemble the unit in a slightly harrowing fashion by removing a couple pieces that locked in with tabs that weren't supposed to come out, but I decided to risk it, and it popped out just fine, and it looks so much better assembled like the Skyhawk than the IP non-infringing version that they had it shipped with. Like you just throw the wings away. Again, it comes with the screwdriver that you need to do the assembly. It looks great. I also got the Air Tiger, and I actually assembled it first, and I assembled it the right way, which is what convinced me to take the Air Eagle and convert it over to the correct assembly. And God, it just looks gorgeous. It comes with some stickers. I ordered repro labels a few weeks ago, G.I. Joe repro labels. Like, it's not specific to the Skyhawk, and honestly, it doesn't come with the stars. It's mostly I ordered G.I. Joe logos and flags, but this is great. Like, I'm not too crazy about the Striker that they're doing, especially considering that Hasbro's doing one, but it looks phenomenal. And if they do a Skyhawk,
you need a Sky Patrol version.
Yes, I absolutely
absolutely chrome the crap out of it.
Yeah. But if they if Hasbro did it, I can't see it being much better, if at all. And I actually was going to go over this last week. That I got this at the toy department in Cincinnati. I got triplet, a couple packs of Jaws 3 trading cards. They're like 3D, like anaglyph. Yeah, man, I almost got you a pack. I should have. I didn't think. But on the back of the cards, they have little 3D pictures, and it comes with the little anaglyph glasses you can look at them with. It's pretty cool. But go ahead.
I was hoping you would have said you got him a Cloud Rodimus. You know.
No, I don't like him that much. So that's not true.
Besides, if Triplet ever got a Cloud Rodimus, we would never be able to make the joke about him not getting Cloud Rodimus, and like that's much more valuable to us than him having a Cloud Rodimus.
It's not true. Actually, for Christmas last year, the year before, I got him a Metals Ravage. So which would probably cost more than a Cloud Rodimus.
Yeah, for sure.
So I like him. He's my friend. But yeah, I'm not getting. But so what I got was because I'd never seen this in person before. I just checked eBay and somebody's trying to sell this for $40, but I'm still going to open it. It's a pack. It's a UK pack of one Garbage Pail Kid, one mini Garbage Pail Kid sticker, and I've been waiting till showtime to open it. So I'm going to open it and see what's in it. So it comes with. It says stickers and one stick of gum, but the description I read online said it was one sticker, so I don't know what it's going to be. So I'm going to open it. Oh God, this is hard to open. This is not wax; it's plastic. So it comes this. Oh, is it more than one card? It is. Who did I get? I got Nervy Nigel, which I do not believe is the name this sold at. That was released in the U.S. It's that Garbage Pail Kid that smokes. Aylin Allen, which is one who's had the crap beat out of him, and he's all bandaged up. And Frigid Bridget, which is one I am familiar with. She's like frozen in a ice block. And so this came out when? 86. It also has gum in it, which I'm not going to chew.
Damn.
But you have seen me chew 40-year-old gum before from like 78. So it's not like I won't do it.
We saw you attempt to chew it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a more fair description. Yeah.
That was from a pack of Superman 1978 trading cards that Topps released. And again, probably did that in 2021. So they were over 40 years old.
You might as well try. It's right there. Just throw it in your mouth.
No, if I wasn't doing the show, I would do it. But yeah, so I got that. Honestly,
it's good Patreon content though.
Okay. Act out, guys.
Does it taste like gum at all, or?
Oh,
tastes like sadness.
Yeah. Okay.
Slightly rancid sadness.
So I'm probably going to.
We want to thank our patrons at patreon.com/TFRadio for inducing Brian to chew 40-year-old gum from a pack of Garbage Pail Kids from the UK. We literally couldn't make this happen without you. If you want to help support the show by becoming a patron, go to patreon.com/tfradio. You get a bunch of benefits, which once Brian gets the taste of bad gum out of his mouth, he'll probably go into in more detail. He's drinking some more Mountain Dew right now to try to make that happen.
It's
Unfortunately,
awful.
he's drinking Code Red Zero, which is like, why would you even bother drinking Mountain Dew at that point if you're not going to go with the full sugar
So these
content?
are UK Garbage Pail Kids. That's not released in the US. So I'm assuming they were printed in the UK and the gum was probably made in the UK. So it doesn't taste like even old Bazooka Joe gum. It tastes more like peppermint. It's very odd. But yeah, I did that on
I want to bet you it did not originally taste like
I
peppermint.
guarantee it. It just completely dissolved. That's the worst part. Yeah. So patrons of Radio Free Cybertron get an ad-free version of the show each week. You get it a day early, which doesn't mean 24 hours, but you get it the day before. You get it at a higher bit rate with the complete What We Got This Week segment, where this week I'm goaded into chewing 40-year-old gum. The weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast, unedited episodes RSC, exclusive to patrons if they're major edits. Fancy Killer on Discord. You get the There Goes My Money podcast a week early. I posted one last week. By the time in the public feed that you're listening to this, the most recent episode will be in the public feed as well. God, this is disgusting. Patrons at the Touch tier get to be on There Goes My Money, and Touch patrons are mentioned on the show each week and are also listed at tfradio.net/credits, and I'm going to do that now. I need to go brush my teeth, and I also need mouthwash really bad right now. Kevin Dorsey sent the Proto, Mollis Koenig, Daniel Scott, Nathan's Fast Talk Food Reviews, Trickster, Here's Why It's Cool, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Joey Russell, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, Sean Hamilton, Sean Bratton, and Crazy Word. Thank you all so much. It's because of you that I eat this disgusting gum. Thank you. Appreciate it. If you want to join these fine folks, go to patreon.com/tfradio. You can find every episode of anything that we've ever done, basically, at tfradio.net. Rob Springer not here. He's at RoboRob Springer on Twitter and at zonebase.org and at zonebase.bsky.social. He's also getting a package from me that I probably should throw some old gum in so he can choose some too. So you can find me at briankilby.com and on Blue Sky at kilby.bsky.social. Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
They can hold me on X and Blue Sky at Diecast2. You can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast. You can see my reviews at tfradio.net/reviews. And I am currently 20 days away from my birthday. So you can find my Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/diecast list.
Very cool. So I saw a meme today that said that as of this week, we are closer to 2050 than we are 2020. So just breathe that in. Matt, how do people get a hold of you?
Melvar.bsky.social. That's with 3 L's and 2 R's.
Donald?
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EBR. I can be reached on Blue Sky at HMRC, the number 4 EBR.bluesky.social. I also have an Amazon wishlist, tfradio.net/Don list, with a lot of things on there for me, some stuff for Hank. You know, just if you feel like tossing something my way, it will be appreciated.
Very cool. John?
That John D everywhere except on eBay or on Cloudburst.
Very cool. Rob?
I'm on Blue Sky at robflails.bsky.social. I just posted a very short clip. I basically peaked in Elden Ring Night Rain last night. Managed to dodge every knife a boss threw at me and revive one of my teammates. I'm never going to do better than that. I should probably just stop. But you can see me play Gundam games at youtube.com/@flailthroughs, and Gundam Battle Operation 2 still my main thing. I got both the G-Quux and the White Gundam this last week, so there are videos up for both of them. I really like them both. They handle really well. They're great additions to the game. This week, Gundam Battle Operation 2 is getting the Hazel Ausla GAU. That stands for Gigantic Arms Unit, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a Gundam wearing a larger set of robot arms to punch things with. I really want to get that, but we'll see what happens. If you like what I do over there, patreon.com/flailthroughs. You can support the channel. You can make requests. And if you just feel like getting me something, tfradio.net/playlist.
Very cool. Chris.
See, now if they had made Devastator shorts into a giant set of extra arms for long haul to wear, I would have enjoyed that set way more than I did. That's just one of the many things they could have done with that. As for where you can find me on the internet, I have a website at playwithphotography.com, which is an archive of my toy photography and things I've written in that field. You can find me in our Discord a lot of the time, tfradio.net/Discord. I just recently, at the request of Eric Crownover, reinstated our convention season discussion channel for people to coordinate TFCon Toronto visit information and things like that. At some point in the future, that will go the way of the previous convention channel and become a second Blockies channel. This is my promise to you as the administrator of the tfradio.net/Discord. If you would like to get me something at random, just do a nice thing for me. My Amazon wish list is at tfradio.net/ChrisList.
Very cool. Okay. Well, that's it. We will see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Take care, all.
Recording stopped.
Okay. That was gross.
You know what else bothers me on that Devastator, the Hook and Long Haul? Hook's hands will not fold in truck mode. It's so infuriating.
Will they not?
No, they get in the way of the tab.
Oh, hooks. Yeah, hooks don't. I know. I noticed that when I got out of the package, I noticed they were out, and I figured like it's just packaged incorrectly. I tried to fold them in and put them back together, and like the forearms were like bending out because it was pushing against the tabs. Then so another thing I forgot to mention, but like compared to all the everything else, that's like a minor.
Yeah, it was
issue.
minor, but I'm like, that's just lazy. Like they could have engineered that.
Are
so,
his
like,
forearms on ball joints like bone crushers? Because
No.
oh,
There's like mushroom pegs and stuff, but the elbow joints I think are pinned, so that's not an easy swap.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, I sent you a picture of that Robot Spirits Big Zam, just in case you had any thoughts about getting it, so you could plan your spacing for it.
Oh, geez.
I appreciate it, Don, but no, that's going to be way out of my price range.
I think it's $800.
Yeah, it is. It is in scale with Robot Spirits figures, which I believe are 1/144 scale. Yeah,
Or near enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that Zam is large.
No,
Yeah.
I mean the Mobile Suits in Action Big Zam, which came out in 2001, I want to say. I think even that was around $100 at the time,
Probably.
and that was in 2001 money.
Hey,
Yeah.
people watching live, I'm ending the stream.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
see you,
Take care,
everybody.
everybody. Have a good 4th. Please be careful.
He's ending the stream because he has to yell at us about something.
No, I
That's
don't.
what it means.
Yeah, probably.
I have to go walk the dogs.
And spit out some gum.
possibly
I-
vomit just a little bit.
I had the same experience as I did with the other gum. It just dissolves.
That's disturbing.
It is disturbing. The other one though just tasted